there's so much new around here, and yourself, a lot of new players, staff. Just how much of this is exciting for you? Bill was talking about how your first day, how early you got here, and how this is such a big day.
Oh yeah, it's a big deal. It's a new beginning for all of us. I think they had a lot of changes in the player and the staff management. So now we have a chance to work together. And today it's the first day we work with the player. We had it during all summer, but now finally the player are here. We had the chance to address them as a group. So there's a lot of energy and a lot of excitement right now.
Can you explain sort of the style you want this team to play?
The style? Well, we want to play a really intense pace game, hard forechecking game. We want to be physical as well. I think there's an element here. We need to go through the training camp and evaluate our player and to know exactly the detail of our structure and everything. But in terms of the way we want to play, we'll play with a lot of pace. We want to be playing in-your-face hockey. I think it's everybody say they want to play fast. But we'll say we want to play with a lot of pace, and we want to be tough to play against.
Hey, Andre, just to follow up on Jose's question with your style of play, can you give us maybe some of the bullet points of your systems? What are we going to see from your various systems, and do they differ much from?
Yeah, we're in close. Nobody will hear that, right? No, but it's a system where we want to have a lot of layers without the puck, and offensively we want to possess the puck. Everything we will do, it's in order to possess the puck. So you need to play really well defensively and play with a lot of pace, kind of in your face type of hockey, because you want to recover the puck. So we need that intensity defensively so we can recover the puck, and offensively we want to hold on that puck. We want to make plays, and we want to have a purpose in our decision. We need to support the puck here. I think a lot of people will say the same thing. It's how you make it happen and how you're detailed in your system and how you what kind of a detail you will insist on. So we have our own philosophy. We work hard. I'm really happy with the work Howie and Stiller and Schwabi, Mario we put together with Hans to build the way we want to play and to get on the same page. So now we're excited and we're looking forward to get going.
Just to continue on that, what about special teams? What defines your power play, your penalty kill?
That's a good question, but I think we need a little bit of time to work together. You know, if you look the number of players who are returning, it's about 1/3 of our team. So we need to learn to know the second and the third of our team and develop our chemistry and develop exactly the way we want to play. I think how we will run the power play is well known. He's been really successful as a player and as a coach. I was running the penalty killing when I was coaching in Colorado when we were playing Nashville. Sometimes I felt too much because Howie was really good in the power play. So he has all my trust, and he's been around, and he knows how to make it happen. And on the PK, Mario and I worked together for 10 years, and he's in charge of the PK, and he knows the philosophy. We want to be really a little bit like our 5-on-5. We don't change philosophy because you get on the power play. We will be really aggressive. We want to be in your face, and we want to limit time and space and how to work our opponent. That's the way we want to play in the PK.
Last thing I wanted to ask you, Andre, management, ownership, they made it pretty clear the direction of this franchise. Yep. It's a rebuild. They're not hiding that fact. But I have yet to meet a coach or a player who accepts that it's a rebuild and not going to win a lot. So how do you balance those two things, knowing what's out here, but knowing what you want inside that locker room and on the ice?
I have no clue how to coach to not win. That's what we will do. That's the way since I play hockey, about 4 years old until today, I play every game to win. That won't be any different. And I know we have a lot of players who have a lot of pride, and they want to prove everybody wrong. That's the mindset we have. But the most important thing for us is we cannot do anything about it. Where we can do something about it is how we carry ourselves and how we behave today. And when I look far, 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 I see the practice tomorrow. That's as far as I see. So that's the most important thing right now. It's how we will be at the practice tomorrow. The guys are buzzing right now, fitness and medical, they're rolling, and tomorrow we'll be on the ice, and I cannot wait to get on the ice with those guys and start to establish the way we want to practice, the culture we want to have, the habits we want to have, the work ethic, and all of it, and actually our system as well. But that's the only thing we can control. Even if I focus on what will happen on October 16, what can I do about that? Nothing. Well, why will I focus on that? Just stay in the present. We are so fortunate. We're in the best league in the world. We are privileged to be here. Let's just make sure we enjoy every day. Don't look what will happen in 2 months and 6 months. That's today.
Go next to Patrick Brown.
Andre, obviously it's early, really early, but your impression since being hired, obviously leading up, that you had development camp, you had the rookie tournament, and then being able to meet with some of the guys, what's been your impression of the overall feeling heading into this season? You know,
it was a good process because I ask a lot of questions, talk with player, with people around the team, with management, and the theme, the number one theme is we have good people. We have good guy who loves to play for each other, and we have a nice brotherhood. The guys they're united. So I talked to guys who are not here anymore, but they were in the team last year. They told me the exact same. So it's either everybody have the same lie or they're right. You know what I mean? So I believe that's the number one theme here. We have a brotherhood, guys who are proud to play together. They're proud to play here in Easy, and they want the best for the organization, and they want to make good thing happen. So I'm excited to work with those guys.
Go next to Alex Kinkoff.
Andre, it's been a long, busy summer for you as far as the hiring process, logistical aspects, getting the pieces put into place with your coaching staff. You mentioned practice tomorrow. So just going to be nice to get on the ice?
I think so. No, I can't wait, to be honest. That we talk about it for so long right now. It's like it seems it will never happen, in the sense of since July 1st have been hired here. We talk about the culture we want, the style of play we want, the kind of practice we want. I'm excited to talk to every player. I told all of them I'm looking forward to work with you, but there were nothing in front of us. Now that's what we're saying. The coaches, we're here since early August, and we prepare our stuff. But to be honest, in the last 2 weeks, we repeat ourselves every day. We have nothing else to talk about. So it will be good tomorrow to arrive after the practice and talk about where we are at, who performed well, what we have to insist more, which adjustment we have to make. I think that's our life as a coach. We evaluate where we're at, and we look where we want to go, and we made adjustment, and we talk about it. So it's about time for us to get there.
Andre, when it comes to your coaching style, is there a certain quality or something that's really worked for you when it comes to communicating with players, sending the message, relating to them, that works for you, top of mind, as far as something that sticks out?
I think I'm really demanding in terms of effort, but as well, I have one set of rules. The other thing is, I think I'm really positive. We try, and we will try as much as possible to not talk about what we don't do. Because why you're talking about what you don't do. If you don't want to do it, don't talk about it. We'll talk about what we want, how we want to do things, how we want to work, how we want to apply our detail during the game. We'll focus on what the detail would do it right, and we want to do it more often or stuff like that. But we try to be really positive and to make the player understand we understand them, and we're with them. It's not the coach on one side, the player on the other side, the management on the other side. That's not a culture we want to have. We want to be all in the same boat, and I think being honest and direct with the player is the best way.
Andre, last one from me. Bill Armstrong termed this team, or what he envisions this team being this year, as hungry. You got some veterans who are looking for a contract next year. You got a lot of young guys looking for a spot on the roster. Do you agree with that? Is that a type of team that you like to have as a coach?
Absolutely. It was a theme for us, important to bring leadership on board. That was really important. We didn't want to have a good leader to surround our young core leader, and we didn't want to have a player who they want to prove something. You know, if you look, I'll go just with our last signing, Alex. Alex Galchenyuk been really successful as a player. And he's coming here with a PTO. Why he's coming here with PTO? Because he believes in himself and he bet on himself. He wants to prove something. That's great. I'm super excited to see him on the ice tomorrow and to work with him and to see guys who are excited. It's good for Chucky, but if you go through our lineup, it's what we have. We have guys who wants to prove something and are excited. So that's something that's really exciting for us.
Any more questions for Coach? Oh, Matt McConnell?
Yeah. Hey, Andre, you've come into organizations in the past where you've inherited a situation. Now you're at the NHL level. How do you deprogram the players that were here prior to not only your system, your way of thinking, your philosophy? And is it maybe a benefit that there's so many new faces coming in that it's kind of a melting pot and you can really get rolling on that right away?
It's a good question, but I will answer a little bit the way I answered just prior. We won't talk about what it's been done. We have no control on that. So we will not talk about what we don't want them to do, and we will not talk about how they did things. We just talk about the way we want to do things. That's what we want to focus on. The rest is out of our control, right? Nothing we can do about it. So it's how we want things to be moving forward. Is it different, the same? Is it way different? That's not our business. The past is the past. You know, how you reboot or reprogram a computer. You erase everything in the computer and you start from there. Maybe you would put most of the program will be the same in the computer, but we'll have few difference where that's what you will call culture, will call your philosophy and your way to do things, and that's what we want to do. So we will not talk about what happened in the past. Who am I to say that was right, that was wrong? I'm not the judge here. I'm just here to focus on what we want to do, how we want to do it, and making sure we hold everybody accountable to that, myself first, and we go forward with that.
And when you get on the ice tomorrow, will you? Is your coaching style get proficient in one area, build that base, move on? Do you like to tackle everything right away? How do you approach things like that?
The fundamentals first, and then I believe if you're good in your fundamentals, system is way easier. You know, if you do all your fundamentals right, if in your battle you do it right. Your angle, you do it right. Your I don't want to say obstruction, but the way you slow down your opponent and stuff. If you do all that right, system it's almost become the detail. It's just tactics. It's 6-0. But if you don't do your fundamentals right, you need to be quite of a genius to have a good system. So you better to make sure your fundamentals are right, and that's what we will focus on.
And finally, whether it was yesterday or 10 years ago or 20 years ago, what's the one piece of advice you heard from somebody that has stayed with you throughout, that has helped you as a coach?
Yeah, be yourself. I think it's the same thing for the player. I don't want the player to arrive here and try to be someone they're not. There's nobody is here because of his weakness. They're here because they have their strength. And we believe those strengths can make our team better. So they need to play their game the way they believe they can be helpful to the team. And I will be the same. I will not try to be Scotty Bowman or Mike Babcock. I'm not. I am who I am, and so far, so good.
Coach, very quickly, Ekman Larson was dealt in the offseason. Is there an importance to naming a captain?
No, there's not. It's not for me something. You don't name a captain. You have a captain. I heard that from someone else. It's not me who said that, but I will repeat what this coach said one day. He said, when you have a captain, the reporter knows who's the captain. The fans think they choose the captain. The owner thing, he chooses a captain. The GM thing, he chooses a captain. The coach thing, he chooses a captain. And the player thing, they choose a captain. And they all pick the same guys. Then you have a captain. So when we will have that, we will ask you guys, and if we have the same answer, we're good to go.
Just a kind of a logistical thing, but is everybody here, all the players are here and ready to go for tomorrow, and anybody not ready, I guess?
Yeah, we have 2 injury. We have Phil Kessel, who has a foot injury during a training 2-3 weeks ago. I'm not too sure about the exact timing, but at least 2 weeks. That's one thing I know. So, and McGregor had an injury during the development camp. So, upper body. I'll start with that.